Before this video starts, I just want to say this video is for educational, documentary purposes and is allowed on YouTube. We don't support anything that's going on inside McCamey Manor, and our goal is to shut this down for good, and there's no more victims out there. We want to give justice to the victims, and we're doing everything we can possible to make this happen. But let's get into the video. So Reckless Ben and I have infiltrated and exposed McCamey Manor that is described as the world's scariest haunted house. But in reality, the guy's just torturing you.
I'm going to put you through so much mental and physical pain and anguish, and I'm going to be smiling the entire time. They say I'm a psychopath. Maybe I am. I think I am.
And after investigating McCamey Manor for some time now, we're realizing that there's actual victims out there.
It just kept hitting me, beating me, tasering me, waterboarding me, punching me in my face over and over and over again. I was legitimately tortured.
And you're probably thinking like, well, what did he do to them to make them have this? Like, I thought he live streams it on Facebook Live and you just see him spray water in your face and you wear a onesie. We realized that Russ McCamey has different personalities. You have the on-camera Russ, where he's live streaming to his fans and he's putting on like an act and you're not really seeing what actually goes on.
Okay, folks, everybody, it's showtime.
Our contestant is here. What's up? Good to meet you too, brother.
Russ is just a good guy, you know, I'm not what you think.
And then there's off-camera Russ, where he's still filming, but he's not showing it to his fans and he's just keeping it secretly for himself.
So you don't need this shit. Is this some little fucking game I'm playing here? Am I playing a fucking game with everybody? You make sure that word gets out. This ain't no fucking joke. You got it?
They just haven't caught me yet. They haven't caught me. I'm not afraid of them. I love to inflict pain on certain individuals. There's no stopping me. There's no stopping the torture king.
And that's where the real victims are coming from.
Once I'm dead, I'll have somebody release all the really good footage. Till then, you're stuck with what I want to show you and only what I want to show. I don't want to get in trouble.
This is the most dangerous one. That's the narcissist. This is the one that cares nothing about anybody helping him. He doesn't care if the people going through the manor actually get hurt. He just wants to get the shot for himself. Russ is going to do whatever he can to get the shot that he wants. This is the bad Russ. This is the scary Russ that the world doesn't see. That is the Russ I want the world to finally see.
But apparently there's evidence of this on a secret hard drive, and Ben and I are gonna try to get a hold of it.
I heard there was a hard drive out there with things on there that Russ doesn't want you to see. I mean, all his secrets would be on there, I would say, like everything that he doesn't want the public to see. So I would say that would absolutely destroy him.
Russ does not want leaked what's on that hard drive.
So if it does exist and you guys are able to get that thing, I think you guys would have like a nuke in your hands that could crush Russ, but I would watch because he's going to end up sending all his cultists after you guys.
It's not something to take lightly. The stuff that is on there is not okay. It's 2 terabytes of shit that should put somebody on fucking death row if it was up to me. Anything that's gonna get that guy shackled and chained is on that hard drive.
But we gotta figure out, like, how are we even gonna get a hold of this hard drive? And our only lead at the moment is flying to Tennessee to interview one of the victims that went through McCamey Manor, and Russ did not do what he said he was gonna do.
What was your expectation with going through McCamey Manor? Like, what did you think was going to happen to you, I guess?
So he told me I was going to have an easy tour, a kiddie tour is what he called it.
The little sissy baby tour?
Yeah. He's like, but we're going to amp you up and say that you had the hardest experience and, you know, we're going to make you go through the longest, like, for business-wise, for publicity, right? Well, that's not what happened. Not at all.
Yeah, that's what he told him. And then just straight up, straight to the truck.
Straight to the truck.
Right? Like, there was no, like, nothing in between. He immediately to the truck.
So right now, our audience has no clue what you mean by straight to the truck. What does that mean? Like, what happened when you got there?
So you know your guys' tour. He basically started you off doing exercises, putting glitter and paint on your face. I didn't get any of that shit.
To me, this seems like, okay, on camera Russ is, okay, I'm going to pour paint and glitter on your face, right? And we're going to do some fun exercises in my front yard. Because that's all Russ ever shows. And he has lots of footage of him saying, well, there's a lot of other crazier stuff that happens, but you don't get to see that. You only get to see the glitter and the paint stuff, just the fun stuff, you know? But then off camera Russ, the stuff he'll never post is what's going to happen next. Straight to the truck is what they said.
It was, he put earmuffs on me, he blindfolded me, and then he chained my hands to the truck, and then he drove me. He said we're going to drive on site, and basically all we did was circle in his yard. And I was in grass at first, and I guess because I wasn't letting go, he was like, I'm going to basically make him let it go. And he drove through the gravel.
When Red was drugged behind the truck, that never should have happened. Russ McCamey did not like Red, and he went out of his way to hurt him. That fucked Red up. Red was a
bad son of a bitch. Russ McCamey did not like Rhett, and he went out of his way to hurt him. That is not what a tour is about.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like this is the stuff he's doing behind closed doors, and he's definitely not live streaming this to his fans. This is like some dark stuff. Seems like for just his benefit, huh?
And just because it's off-camera Russ doesn't mean he's not filming. What we mean by off-camera Russ is it's just he's not posting it for his audience to see. It's more he keeps this footage for his own personal reasons, you know? What was the aftermath of you getting dragged by the car? Like, what were the injuries like?
I was 2 weeks bedridden.
Do you have any pictures of like immediately after when it happened?
Oh,
that's crazy. And that's a burn. So burns are like, you get a tiny little rug burn. That sucks.
Oh, that looks so painful. I was bedridden for 2 weeks on antibiotics.
You had like 2 different painkillers,
steroid shots.
Dude, he literally got dragged by a car.
Yeah, over gravel.
That does not seem like a haunted house, Ben.
Yeah, he definitely didn't get what he signed up for.
I mean, they told him he was going to have the easiest tour ever.
Yeah, there's not really any justification for it. I think Russ was scared that this guy was going to see he didn't have a haunted house, you know? So he told you that he was just taking you to the actual haunted house.
I hadn't even seen his property at this point.
And so really, he was just trying to make you give up because it didn't even exist, is what you're saying.
Basically.
He had nothing ready.
Oh, he said it was like a mile or two down the road to get to the bunker, which I hadn't even seen his property at this point.
And that didn't even exist. It was literally a hole in the ground.
And I think, honestly, Russ likes to see people in pain. That's the real off-camera Russ, you know, is I want to see you in pain, and I enjoy seeing you in pain.
I love to inflict pain on certain individuals.
And that's completely different than on-camera Russ, which is, I'm happy, this is all fun, this is experience for you, you know? But then when off-camera Russ starts coming into play, it's almost like, this is an experience for me. Like, he enjoyed seeing that person get dragged. He enjoyed seeing him in pain, you know?
And that's like the craziest, creepiest thing too. And which is why we got to expose this, man.
Do you think he hurt you on accident?
I think he fully did that 100% on purpose.
So that's really odd because what he told Danny and I was that he wasn't here to hurt us. Like, he's like, we're not here to hurt anybody.
We're not here to hurt you.
He might not have been there to hurt y'all, but he was definitely there to hurt me.
Like right when you left from McCamey Manor, what was your reaction? Like right after?
What a fucking joke.
Like, why didn't you just like go to the police at that point? You know, like
it's because of that contract he has.
I basically said, you know, fuck your contract. It's because he had his little minions basically trying to get me fired at my jobs and yeah, messaging my parents and my siblings. I'm not scared of him. I've never been scared of him. I was tired of my family being harassed, and I basically said, look, if you back the fuck off, I won't fuck any of your shit up because I know where you live. It was as simple as that. And he shut up for about, 3 months, 4 months?
I mean, I'm kind of just shocked that he had to go through something like that. Like, it's just really sad. And they were claiming that Russ's minions were trying to cover it up and threaten his family and go to their work and like just do everything they can to protect Russ and basically not give a shit about the guy that this happened to, which is really sad.
And I think McCamey Manor's biggest response is like, if all of this is true, then why is this not public information? Like why is this not on the internet? Like your story, you know, like why is this all like hidden behind the scenes and stuff? And that's McCamey Manor's argument against this is like,
oh, because I'm a man of my word. I said I would keep my mouth shut as long as you do.
Well, why do you want them to be quiet about this?
No, I just want them to stop harassing my family. That's all I cared about.
So you were like, if you stop harassing me, I'll keep my story a secret is what you said basically.
Basically.
Was he like filming it when it happened or?
Yeah, he filmed it.
So what happened to the footage then?
It's somewhere.
Now we're going to ask another guy about off-camera Russ, but we asked them if they knew him and it got kind of awkward.
Are you guys comfortable speaking about, we're meeting up with this guy today, Rich Ponder?
I mean, I'm honestly with him. I'm gonna leave that up to you.
Okay, if you guys don't want to say anything about it, it's cool, but
like off the record, that got really bad. Like there was a lot of stuff that doesn't need to be brought back up.
Because we heard that he has a hard drive of like all the like the famous hard drive. He's the one that has it, and I think it could really help with our series.
As far as our relationship goes, we want to see him meet, just not at our table.
As it pertains to us, we already cut. No comment.
You want to say it on camera? We can stop the cameras if you want.
This one's a stop.
We wanted some proof that off-camera Russ actually exists, because if you look up Russ online, it just looks like he's a nice guy. So it's like, how are we supposed to take everyone's word that Russ is actually doing other stuff? Let's ask him for footage.
But now we're going to meet up with this guy, Rich, that has done some collaborations with McCamey Manor.
So I think if we could have some type of like footage to show him this is actually what happened, then I think we would really put him in like a sticky situation, you know?
He drug behind his truck through gravel.
Dang.
Wearing nothing but a tank top.
I would need his express permission.
Do you have tour?
His McCamey tour? It was on that hard drive, yeah.
I had it all on a hard drive.
I mean, Rich is claiming that he has all the evidence of off-camera Russ, so we decided to ask him for this evidence.
This place flooded. You look over there, that patch. My upstairs neighbor's water heater came through the ceiling and exploded. Flooded this whole place and destroyed this computer. Right here.
Really? Dang. You had it on a hard drive? Is it still on the computer? Or do you still have the computer?
Well, the hard drive itself's been destroyed. I tried to recover it.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd you try recovering it?
Took it to some people that work for the government.
And not even they were able to recover it?
So that was the last of the footage, and it's all deleted now.
Yeah.
No one else has a hard drive like that?
As far as I know, no. Because it's a copy of Russ's hard drive.
So the last of the footage that shows off-camera Russ was on a secret hard drive, and Rich had it, but then it all got flooded, and he tried to take it to the government to have the government try and fix it for him. Not even the government could fix it. The government was really interested in Russ McCamey, I guess, and they couldn't even recover it. So it looks like we're out of luck, and we're never going to find off-camera Russ.
Ben, it sounds like he does have the hard drive.
I don't know. To me, I mean, he did say he was going to show it to us and immediately change his mind and say, oh, wait, never mind. I can't show it anymore. I was going to show it to you 10 seconds ago, but now that I remember, it is destroyed. So I don't know.
I wanted our footage. That's it. What I got was a whole lot more than that. But the shit with getting drugged by the truck was on there.
Well, I think a lot of people think that that's just a character that Russ plays.
No.
Like he plays a narcissist and he plays like this villain, you know?
No, that's him.
It's not hot. It's personal to Russ. He likes to see people in pain. That's what he likes.
Just his facial expressions, you can tell that the guy's just getting off on the shit.
What Russ does, this control aspect, is a kink. There is direct proof that it's a kink for him. So as of right now, it being a kink is just speculation, but the moment the hard drive's introduced, now there's solid proof that Russ does this because of a kink. Yes, 100% proof. And that's the game changer that this hard drive makes. It does.
Dude, he tried to more or less force his girl to be a stripper. And
yeah, that's crazy.
To get me to be a part of it.
He will abuse physically and mentally his girlfriend.
He on many occasions wanted to chew food and make me eat it from his mouth. During manor activities and stunts, if there was something I did not want to do, he would tell me that if I did not do it, that I did not love him or trust him.
He wouldn't stop. People had quit, and he wouldn't stop.
I was buried alive.
Oh, yeah.
I was saying I quit, for real. I quit. Russ, no, I'm done. I'm done. I quit. And he just kept shoveling dirt on me more and more and more.
I quit. You don't quit. There's no quitting. There is no quitting, Chris. Russ, I don't want no more. Russ, I'm done. Relax. You're not done. Russ, I quit. There's no quitting. Russ, ooh, look at there.
And telling me, no, I didn't quit.
There's no quitting, Chris. Russ, please.
That was technically illegal. I signed a thing that said that when I was done, when I said the safe word, it would end, right? It didn't end for me.
Even though I very much did not want to be there anymore, I thought, you know, am I going to be the first one to actually die at McCamey Manor?
So I did not get what I signed up for.
We're here to stop it once and for all.
You're not going to.
We're not going to? You don't think so?
You know how much shit is out there and how many people have gone after him, tried to go after him legally? I mean, we're talking about like his ex-wife, all this shit.
But ours is going to be the most entertaining.
Some people with some really big budgets doing the same shit.
I don't know. I'm confident in our abilities. I don't know. I think a lot of people are fighting over the same thing, and I think we're going to be the ones to accomplish it, I think, at the end of the day.
And then Rich starts talking about the moderators that work for us.
You showed a clip of their panel of their mods, right? How many do you think the motherfuckers got an IQ over 70?
And you seem like you're very fucking lost. There's no big payoff. There's no big, I mean, some likes on YouTube, big fucking deal.
They fight over what flavor the doorknob is. They're not smart, and they've got nothing else.
Yeah, but in the meantime, it looks like this hard drive was destroyed in the flood that not even the government could save. So if we want to see what true off-camera Russ is like, then I guess we're gonna have to find out ourselves by sending in our friend Jackson.
And we thought he would be the perfect fit to go undercover and do McCamey Manor. I even asked him.
So do you have butterflies in your stomach, like at all?
No, I don't give a fuck.
See? Perfect.
I mean, he's probably correct in not being scared. I mean, nothing's gonna happen to him. It's just like exercises. But I mean, maybe he'll get some like paint in his face. Maybe he'll be like sprayed with a hose. But that's like, yeah, that's it.
And so, yeah, we sent in our friend Jackson, and we had a whole plan. If Jackson's gonna just get dropped off, how is he gonna get picked up?
Easiest way I could think of was like, okay, what if I like legitimately sign up for Uber? It's official. I'm an Uber driver now. Yes.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Man, you're officially an Uber driver. That looks good.
And then because there's no Ubers in Summertown, Tennessee, when Jackson picks like an Uber to like pick him up, it'll be me. And then I show up and I'm like legally on Russ's property, and Russ can't be like, get off, because I can be like, well, I was requested to come here. Here's the receipts. And then I show up, and then Russ is like, oh, well, I guess you have to be here. You're just doing your job, Ben. Good for you. You're a good, hardworking citizen of society. And I'm like, sick. And then I show up, and then we like talk it out like men, because we're both men. And Russ is a big boy. He gives the big boy tour. I'm a big boy. I took the big boy tour. We're both big boys. We can talk it out like big boys. And then we're like, hey, we can settle our differences there, you know? And it seemed like the perfect plan.
Then we started giving Jackson some advice.
Whatever you do, just don't say the safe word. If you just don't obey his rules, he's gonna get frustrated.
Yeah, basically Jackson was just not gonna give up no matter what. If I describe On Camera Russ, like one sentence, it would be, On Camera Russ, he's a nice guy, but he has some tricks up his sleeve that'll make you quit his haunted house no matter what. So we were like, okay, well, what if we have Jackson not quit? Because then that kind of breaks what On Camera Russ is, and then maybe, just maybe, we'll get to see what Off Camera Russ is like.
But to make this whole plan work, Ben had to change the NDA contract again, and this one's pretty good, Ben.
Russ agrees to allow Ben Schneider, Daniel Burke, and Jackson to stay on the property of McCamey Manor until Russ McCamey completely finishes eating at least 3 slices of pizza. I think that's our ticket for him not to kick us out. Yeah. I mean, he legally can't kick us off his property now unless he sits down and has a pizza conversation with us. And then I'm gonna be the one delivering the pizza, so it's gonna be perfect, dude. Pizza's ready, Russ. I'm coming. You gotta eat with us.
Okay, so Jackson told Russ he's in an Uber on the way to his house, but it's actually gonna be Nathan, because Russ has never seen Nathan's face before. But before Nathan headed there, he dropped Ben and I off just on the side of the road, maybe like 4 minutes away from Russ's house, until Nathan picks us back up.
So obviously Russ is gonna delete all this footage immediately after it happened.
Dude, literally Ben's logged in to Jackson's Facebook, the McCamey Manor Facebook group. Dude, we're freaking in. So now we got Jackson's login. We're in the McCamey Manor Facebook group. We parked across the street at a gas station to watch his tour, to know when it's our cue to go pick up Jackson, because Ben's gonna be the Uber driver. I'm gonna be the Postmates, where I'm delivering the pizzas, and you'll find out in a little bit the wild card for our friend Nathan. But now we're just gonna sit and relax and watch Jackson's tour. You got this, Jackson.
Hey, say hello, everybody. How's it going, guys? Come on, Jackson, you got this. On your feet, on your feet. There you go. That's part of the big boy tour. Come on out, come on out. Run, you're not running, you're not running. That's a walk. That's a walk. There's no walking.
We're always one step ahead of Russ. Ben is screen recording the tour. We're right across the street at a gas station. Like, the gas station's right there. Right across the street, and then once he's done, we're gonna roll up.
Belly, your belly, your belly, your belly, your belly.
It'll crush my ribs, Russ.
It's not gonna crush your ribs.
It will, Russ. It weighs as much as...
Oh my God, come on, let's go, let's go. No, Kylie, this is not the tour. This is boot camp. This is the first part. I want 30 jumping jacks right now with that barrel on. 1, come on.
Can't.
What do you mean you can't? Oh, Jackson. I give up. I freaking give up. This is ridiculous.
You really want someone to say the safe word?
So beg right now for that baby tour. You need it.
Begging for the baby tour.
But you're not doing the big boy tour.
I'm saying this is literally impossible.
But it's not impossible. I've had a female do this. Real push-ups, not girl push-ups, real push-ups. If you slip, you slip. There you go, all the way down. Come on. That was interesting. This is the easy stuff. You have to be able to do the stuff. Because if you can't do this, do you know how dangerous it is inside? You're going to have a cage on your head. You're going to be doing all kinds of water activities. It's dangerous.
Activities is nothing.
You say that now, but you don't know what it's like.
A lot of people discredit Russ for not being like a genius or like he's really stupid and stuff, but he is pretty good at gaslighting. Like, Jackson's not falling for anything he's saying, but he's still able to like one up Jackson. He's making him question his own reality, which is gaslighting 101.
And now at this point, Russ just really wants Jackson to beg for the baby tour.
Are you doing the big boy tour?
I'll do the baby tour, Russ.
Beg and plead for it.
Russ, please give me the baby tour, Russ.
You need it, don't you?
I need it, Russ. I need the baby tour.
You need it, don't you? He says it's not a sexual thing.
Now, we all know there's nothing sexual, there's nothing inappropriate.
That is coming off like it's like, yeah, you like that? You need it? Yeah, tell me you need it.
Yeah, you need this. You need the baby tour.
Yeah.
This is so hard for you. You need it.
Yeah, I do need it, Ben.
Yeah.
You tell me that one more time, you know?
Yeah, it definitely is a kink thing for him. I think at first it was a speculation, but now it's pretty much confirmed. But yeah, I 100% now agree this is just a kink thing for him.
How are you going to handle the real tour?
And then this is Russ going back to typical Russ manipulation and gaslighting.
Real tour is nothing compared to
You don't know what the real tour is. It's crazy, people. I don't want arguing. Can you do this?
Yeah.
Then you got to do it then.
Yeah, because Jackson wouldn't quit and say the safe word. Russ was getting really upset. And then he ended up saying,
We're just going to go ahead and stop the show. I'm going to give you your deposit back. I'm not going to take any money from you. I'm not going to take your dog food. Nothing.
yeah, Russ isn't having fun because Jackson's not giving up. So you have to be submissive to Russ. Russ wants to be the dominant one, and you got to be submissive to Russ. I want that baby tour, Russ. You know, yes, I'll beg and plead for it, Russ. I'm submissive to you. And because Jackson's not doing it, Russ just wants to stop the show.
Yeah, let's stop the show. This is not fun.
It's not fun because he's not giving up.
Everybody's just saying you're a drama queen, and you are. This is too much. If I take you into the real tour, you're going to get hurt.
It's all fake. Like, he's like, well, you can't do this, so you can't do the haunted house. Well, the haunted house doesn't exist, and he can do this, so Russ doesn't really have a point.
But it seems like he's going to continue on, but Russ is going to have a little more anger.
Can you stand up? God dang, stand up. I'm nervous about continuing on, folks. I'm not lying to you. My gut's telling me not a good idea.
Russ, you should have stuck with your gut because we're across the street watching this whole thing, and you're about to see us soon. But then this part, it gets a little, it gets a little strange.
It looks like he's coming. It looks like he's coming on his face. Oh no. How is this not a sexual thing?
Yeah.
Looks like a bird got a hold of you.
Oh no. It looks like more than a bird.
Yeah, it looks like more than a bird, Russ. So this is the part where Russ is going to duct tape Jackson's face. And Jackson kind of threw us a curveball here because this was not planned. I promise you, it was not planned.
Russ, what did I say about my hair?
What about it?
Is this touching my hair?
Okay, well, I have to put this on.
I can't have it touching my hair.
Can't have what?
Well, you just touched my hair with your hand. I can't have that.
So what do we do?
I don't know, but I can't have you touching my hair. It's like a serious thing. It's like my religion. Like literally only me and my family can touch my hair.
I'm so confused. Is this an act?
It is for sure an act.
Careful.
But why is what I'm not understanding.
Yeah, is there a point to this?
I'm kind of freaking out because it's kind of my religion right now.
So what do we do?
I prefer if you didn't touch my hair.
Okay, I'm not. That was an accident.
I'm gonna walk over here real quick. It's kind of serious. Sorry.
Is he praying? What's he doing? What is he doing?
I can't have stop touching my hair like that.
Well, I thought I touched the bandana.
This is the funniest thing ever.
I know your hand just touched the back of my hair. Again, it's like my religion and it's like kind of worrying.
Dude, he's trolling him.
I don't even think he's religious.
He's not.
Okay.
My hair is my everything. It tells my story.
I'm just as confused as Russ. He's getting a great break out of this.
Dude, this is very interesting.
Jackson flipped the power. Basically, he was not submissive to Russ. Jackson took basically the tour into his own hands.
And now Russ is submissive to Jackson.
Basically, our goal was to get Jackson to go into Rat Race.
That's his goal. He has to make it to Rat Race.
And he made it to Rat Race, guys.
Do an audio of Rat Race. Stay on your back. Don't flip over.
If I was you, I wouldn't do it. But that's just me.
Okay, stop.
Okay. You just stop.
Get shot up my nose.
That was like 3 seconds.
Jackson, that was horrible.
Yeah, so it seems like Jackson really upset Russ. So Russ just literally went like this close with the hose and just like directly up his nose. And obviously you're not going to be able to like last long if Russ is doing that. Like for you, Russ like stood a little bit away and then waterboarded you. But like this was just like straight up your nose.
He put me on full blast on Rat Race because I was giving him such a hard time about the hair and everything. Yeah. And shot it directly into my nose.
Really?
Directly into my nose.
But like going into this, we told Jackson, whatever you do, do not say the safe word.
Say those words.
I'm not saying the words, bro.
Well, I'm done then. All right, guys, I'm out of here.
And to end his tour, he did not say the safe word. And like, you could just tell how Russ was upset and just like, was like, I'm out of here. Like, see, this is the cool part. You got to see Ben go through McCamey Manor, and Ben said the safe word a bunch of times.
My name is Ben Schneider. I came all the way from California. They say Russ stole my milk money, and he used it to eat my lunch. And I went out. You really don't want to do this.
You see me go through McCamey Manor. I question Russ about his fake contract and just piss Russ off by just questioning him.
But this is more like, it's funny, though. Where's the scary?
I'm done talking about it.
Because there was stuff in the contract that didn't seem real.
Danny, stop.
Then Jackson goes through, does a great job, doesn't give up, but doesn't say the safe word. It seems like Russ's personality gets upset if you question him and don't say the safe word. Like, you have to say the safe word. He wants you to beg. And if you don't, he's upset. And we got to see that. So Jackson, you killed it, dude. And because the live's over now, that's our cue.
He ended the live.
What happened?
He ended the live.
Shoot, okay.
So now it's time for the Uber driver, which is Reckless Ben, to go pick up Jackson.
So look who the Uber driver is.
I thought it looked familiar when I came back here. I was like, this looks very familiar. And then I showed up and, dude, this is like the craziest coincidence ever, dude.
You know each other?
Oh, he's a massive hater, man. Massive hater. Goes on, makes all these stories up. Ben, you're so full of crap.
What?
So you need to get off my property now, Ben. What? Yeah, bye-bye. You're a mess, Ben. You're a mess. All the stuff you've done and said, all your videos, you're a mess, dude. You know, you disgust me. You're the worst of the worst. Goodbye, Ben. Goodbye, Ben. Off my property, Ben. Off my property, Ben.
Oh, yeah. And then I was like, yo, if I'm legally on Russ's property, I'm going to order up some DoorDash, you know, and I'm going to get some pizza up in here.
We have a DoorDash delivery for Russ McCamey slices of pizza. We have pizza delivery for Russ McCamey. Russ, I just moved here. I had no idea you lived here.
Who's this guy?
Another hater. Off the property.
Dude,
off the property.
I just got a Postmates.
Off the property. Call 911. Off the property. Off the property.
You ordered
off
pizza?
The property.
Hey, we gotta use these pizza though.
Off the property.
Here, look.
Off the property.
See, I don't know why he's freaking out, because apparently he signed the contract that states we're legally allowed on the property until he has 3 slices of pizza that, dude, it's like hot pizza. Like, we just got it.
Off the property.
I think you signed the contract for a Jackson that says you legally have to have pizza with us.
Off the property.
I thought you legally had to get pizza with us, though. Wasn't that what you signed?
Danny, off the property.
Legally binding that you have to take the pizza with us.
Off my property.
He's saying get off our property. Dude, just take the 3 slices.
That's what he's saying. He's saying it. But we're not listening because we aren't contract breakers, Danny, are we? We're contract followers.
This is the part of Russ, of his personality. He can't even do a simple task. Just eat 3 slices of pizza and we'll leave. Like, this is how stubborn and like egotistical this guy is. Even if it's the simplest task, he won't do it.
Dan, off the property. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Also, so when you go through McCamey Manor, you have to bring Russ Burger King. And Jackson actually forgot the Burger King in the Uber.
I was trying to get your Burger King.
Didn't get the Burger King.
It was in the line. I left it in the Uber.
You left my Burger King in the Uber.
Yeah, he forgot that Burger King, dude. Russ was pissed.
So we thought of the perfect idea of how we can involve our friend Nathan to come up to Russ's house as well.
Burger King, you DoorDash the Burger King after Danny.
Listen to me. Burger King guy, all you guys off the property now.
Are you with DoorDash too?
I'm with DoorDash. Wait, so I'm delivering the pizzas that he has to have.
Yeah, somebody DoorDash Burger King here. Are you DoorDash?
I'm pretty sure that in the contract it says we're allowed on the property.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the contract it says we're allowed on the property.
Then take it to court then.
But you should go read the contract though.
Off the property.
But we're not doing anything illegal.
I'm just a DoorDash driver, dude. I don't even know what the fuck's going on.
Off the property. Off the property. Get off the property, Dan. Off my property. You're on my property. Get off my property.
So we leave and we pass by a police car.
Dude, that's so funny.
So, dude, maybe it was a coincidence or he did really call the cops.
Yeah, I don't know. We just got the heck out of there.
But after we got out of there, Russ went on his Facebook Live to talk about Jackson.
I think that Jackson guy was a part of it. I think that Jackson guy was part of it. What do you think? Are you guys seeing this? I'm thinking Jackson was part of this whole thing here. Yeah, they're driving Ubers specifically to come here. Can you believe that, Susan? Can you believe that? What a waste of a day.
He looks so upset. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, he's sad. I think he's just sad that Jackson wouldn't say the safe word and that, I don't know, that we kind of like out-manipulated Russ, who's supposed to be the master manipulator, you know? And he's upset that he lost his own game. But he's not broke yet. But I think if we do it one more time, we can break him.
So after Jackson's tour, we went to Walmart to go return all the stuff that Russ makes you buy. But in the meantime, I think I needed some wood chips for a mulch project that we're working on.
The good thing we're back at Walmart, we really needed those extra barbecue chips.
But the cashier in the front wasn't, he wasn't being very nice.
We just wanted to ask when you're down to get pizza with us.
Smart.
Chips for you?
Yeah.
You're legally obligated.
26.
We just know you're legally obligated to pizza with us, so we're just wondering when you're ready to get pizza. And we'll even pay for it.
So since the cashier didn't answer any of our questions, I think
we should go back. Or what if just me and Danny go back? I would love to go back.
But we're not going to go back to Walmart. We're going to go back to McCamey Manor. But a week later to send in Burger King guy.
Listen to me, Burger King guy.
Yeah, you're probably like, wait, Burger King guy was just at Russ's house. How did Russ not see it was him except Burger King guy into McCamey Manor?
All I had to do was I shaved all my facial hair, I baby faced it, and then on top of that, told them that I'm a huge fan of Russ and I grew up watching him all the time. I changed the way I dressed.
Well, they accepted him like right away, dude.
I mean, the line from McCamey Manor is like 17,000 people long.
The 27,000 people on his wait list.
27,000 on the combined waiting list.
Because there are 17,000 people applying to go next week. Like, what are the odds that Russ chooses the one hater in that 17,000 group of people? But Russ fell into our manipulation tactics again. And whatever we did, it worked on Russ. We manipulated Russ into choosing the one hater. The needle in the haystack, I like to call it, because he was a needle in a haystack. It's very low odds he was going to choose him, but he chose him.
It's not easy. Nothing that you're going to be doing is easy. Oh, I'll be the first one. No, you won't. I mean, no one's going to make it.
But this time, Russ is like, okay, I'm one step ahead of Ben and Danny. I'm not going to do my haunted house where I normally do it because Ben and Danny might show up. I'm going to do it in a different location in Huntsville, Alabama.
Hey everybody, all right, we're getting closer. We're getting closer to the big Huntsville show. All right, we're kind of out here in a different location, waiting for our contestant. Alabama is warm, hotter than Tennessee, it feels like. I don't know.
So we're thinking like, oh, this is so cool. We're going to see Russ's new location. We go there. Turns out Russ was playing us.
I would actually argue that Jackson made Russ look stupid because he was able to like beat his exercises. That's the whole thing is like, yo, you can't handle these exercises. You can't go into the haunted house, you know? But like now that he knows like, okay, Ben and Danny are just going to send people in that can handle the exercises, you know? I need to come up with a different way to prevent people from seeing my haunted house is fake because it's fake. It doesn't exist. So my guess is that Russ was like, okay, if I come up with an impossible scavenger hunt, then he won't be able to go inside the haunted house because he'll fail the scavenger hunt.
Nathan, he's gonna go live while I'm trying to find him. We're doing a little scavenger hunt today as part of the manor. He's gonna have to follow directions to get to where I'm at.
And then it'll still look like on-camera Russ is alive and well. You know, this on-camera Russ, I have the craziest haunted house in the world. That's what people are gonna believe because he couldn't complete the scavenger hunt. So we're just gonna have to believe that he just couldn't make it to this haunted house that definitely is real.
So I did Russ's scavenger hunt around this park. No sign of Russ here, so
I had a feeling that like when I saw his live stream and he's like saying he's in Huntsville, I was like, Ben, I hear dogs, like he's 100% at his house. So at this point, Russ thinks he's one step ahead of us and is like celebrating. And he actually gives Ben and I like a message on his Facebook Live.
Hey, Ben and Danny, are you out there watching? I bet you'll get this.
We were playing a little prank on the haters, on the two idiots, and we thought we'd see if we could pull this off, and it was very simple, quite easy.
Burger King Boy. You remember Burger King Boy? If you don't, well, we have pictures of Burger King Boy. Well, Burger King Boy is Nathan.
He's out there someplace in Huntsville. I think he's caught on by now. Maybe he hasn't caught on by now.
It was fun having them chase their tails like they were doing. And that's what their little plan is to try to send little moles in here, but it's not that hard to catch. He is not the brightest guy in the world, though. Holy smokes. And they're all the same. Ben, Danny, Jackson, Burger King Boy. They look the same. They talk the same. They're like kids. You guys have to start sending me people that don't look like you. So the haters out there, you got to do a better job. It's too easy right now. Until next time, we'll see you around. Okay, we'll see you later. Bye.
So as Russ is celebrating his so-called victory, taking down Ben and Danny, well, he didn't because like I said, we're always one step ahead of him.
If he's not at the park,
That's the first clue. We need to find out where Russ actually is.
As he was live streaming, basically celebrating that he beat us, we were about 15 minutes away from his house, and we told Nathan to go up there and be like, hey, I'm here for my tour. And so now we're back in Tennessee for Burger King guy, aka Nathan, to go inside McCamey Manor.
I was told to
Call 911 one more time. Off the property now.
I'm confused.
Off the property now.
Why would I leave?
Off the property now. You're on my property. Off the property now.
Just doing what you said to do.
Off the property now. Call 911 right now, guys. All right, got it. You're trespassing on my property.
I was told to do McCamey Manor.
Basically, if you remember the last episode, this legendary freaking smart guy bought McCamey Manor LLC.
We bought McCamey Manor LLC.
No way. And so you had the idea to take over the company and fire Russ.
It's not necessarily take over the company. The company's already been taken over once I bought the LLC. That happened the moment I clicked purchase, and the moment the receipt got sent that said order confirmation. That was the moment the company got taken over. But the idea was I just show up as the business owner now, because if I'm the CEO of the business and I'm like, Russ is going to play some type of game, because with me, I couldn't enter the haunted house because his phone died.
A low battery just come on. On me it did? Come on out. We're headed back to the vehicle.
And with you couldn't enter the haunted house because you asked a question. Jackson couldn't enter the haunted house because they did everything too perfectly. So I was like, dude, even if you do everything too perfectly, that's like an excuse of why you can't go in the haunted house. Why is that an excuse? If you do something perfectly, why does that mean you can't go in the haunted house? I don't know. So if you do something perfectly, you can't go in. If you do it not perfectly, you can't go in. Either way, you can't go in. So I was like, you know what? Now that I'm the CEO, I'm going to be the first person to actually let someone inside this haunted house, you know? And that was my goal.
So when Russ is just yelling at Nathan, get off my property, get off my property.
Russ's opinions are relevant at this point. He doesn't know McCamey Manor. What's he talking about?
I know. So the real owner had to show up.
Off the property now. You're trespassing on my property.
Oh, no, we're not trespassing.
Off my property now. Off my property. Do you understand me? Actually, call 911 right now.
Okay, so
off my property now. Off my property now. You guys are going to be arrested. You understand it, right?
I don't know. Russ is just, I mean, he can talk all he wants, but like, it doesn't really matter. He doesn't own McCamey Manor anymore, so he's just annoying, you know? I guess it makes sense why Russ is pissed off. He's like, okay, I'm going to call the cops and stuff. Cops aren't going to do anything. I own the company, but he's like, yeah, call the cops. But like, I have a backup plan. I knew that Russ was going to get scared and call the cops once he saw his company was being taken over. So I was like, yo, like, I don't know. I just wanted to like put Russ at ease and like, and that's when you show up.
Police here? We got a trespassing officer here.
Off my property now.
We have a trespassing. It seems to be a problem. Why is this guy filming?
Is there a problem though? Or?
So you guys are probably thinking, you can't impersonate a cop.
That is very illegal, and that's something we thought of because like a lot of times it looks like something illegal is happening, but it's all smoke and mirrors because I'm a smoke and mirrors genius, and I was never going to let anything illegal happen. If it ever looks like we're doing something illegal, there's always smoke and mirrors behind it, and in this case, we had a thing that I think Russ would really enjoy.
I think I'm going to have to arrest you. Arresting you for being too sexy. Woo! Yeah! Yeah, Daddy Russ. I am not a cop, because that's illegal. I'm a stripper.
See, Ben, I didn't impersonate a cop. I'm a stripper. Yeah, should I keep it going? I don't have my Speedo today, though.
Yeah, keep it going, dude.
All right, I'm a stripper.
Keep it going. Didn't say stop. You got to keep it going. You got to keep it going, Danny. The rest of the narrations, you're going to be dancing. Yep, keeping it going. The rest of the narrations, because you're a stripper now.
Take me through Rat Race, Russ.
Yep, I didn't say stop, Danny. Yep, keep going. Yep, we got a lot of comments saying they like it when you move your hips, Danny, so keep moving them. You got to give the audience what they want. It's the first rule of content creation. You got to give the audience what they want.
Off the property now. Off the property now. You guys are really blowing it. You know that?
You want a lap dance? Because I got a rat in my pants. Take me through a rat race, Russ.
20 burpees right now. You got to count them out loud.
Ben's just doing what his job is and just keep instructing Nathan to do exercises because you own McCamey Manor.
Yeah, it's just my job. I'm the CEO. I don't have to try to be CEO. I am CEO.
You got it.
Now, right now. 20 burpees.
4, 5.
If you can't do 20 burpees now, how are you going to do it once you get inside the manor?
Daddy Russ! I'm a stripper.
When you look at McCamey Manor, there's one thing the audience wants to see. Like I said, when Danny was stripping, you gotta give the audience what they want, which is Russ is going through his own haunted house. Because I'm owner of McCamey Manor LLC, I had people underneath me as the CEO of a company. You get to hire employees and stuff. So Nathan, it was like just an employee I hired to like pretend like he's going through McCamey Manor, but that's like the mind game we're playing on Russ, because Russ is actually the one going through McCamey Manor, which I made him sign a contract that said he was going through it because I'm the owner. I can do that. I have legal authority. It's legal, and you can look up the paperwork. It's verifiable on the IRS website. You can look it up, and we have paperwork. I'm holding the paperwork in my hand. If anyone shows up and doesn't believe me, if Russ doesn't believe me, he signed it himself, and I'm doing it. And the catch is you might think, Ben, you're saying a lot of things really fast right now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You'd be like, hey, this is confusing. This makes no sense. Well, if that's the case, it's legal for one reason, and it's because there's a safe action. There is a safe action. And that's what makes the whole thing legal, because we're no longer kidnapping him. If he wants it to stop at any time, all he has to do is take a bite of pizza, which we've placed on Lydia.
And our friend Lydia shows up.
Oh, it's the pizza girl.
Hi, Russ.
Daddy Russ.
So I'm officially telling you to leave the property as well. The police are on the way.
Time to come clean. This is actually part of your McCamey Manor tour. If you want this to end, legally we don't have to leave until you say the safe phrase, which is just eating one bite of pizza, which our lovely assistant here has. So if you take one bite, we will leave. That's the safe phrase. But until then, I guess if Russ isn't gonna leave.
Well, you paid me for 4 hours to be a stripper, so.
But then I kind of got a realization, because he was like, call 911, the cops are coming. And like last time we left just right before the cops got there, right? Like we were like pulling out of Russ's house right as the cops got. Like this is a close call. We're like, dude, we're not gonna get this lucky 2 times in a row. We gotta leave before the cops show up, you know?
Should we just head out before the cops get here, maybe?
Why don't you stay there and talk to him?
What about my tour?
Sure, call boss.
Because it's not worth losing the business our first day running it, you know? At the end of the day, like we are, like people could see what we're doing as torture, and we don't want to lose our company on day one. You know, because this is our first day running the company for real.
As we're heading off to leave, you know, I'm still in character. I'm still dancing, dude.
Yeah, I completely broke character. I was like, dude, we gotta get out of here. I was done, dude. I was like, we can't get arrested. We gotta get out of here. And so I'm genuinely scared of this, but I'm like, dude, Russ is a scary person and we gotta leave. And so I'm like, Nathan, freaking stop pretending like you're going through McCamey Manor. Just get in the car and let's dip, dude, because we gotta get out of here. And so Nathan turns the car and then smoke starts coming out of it. And we're like, dang, dude.
The car breaks down.
Yeah, and I'm like, out of all the places, like the cops are right about to show up. I'm like, this is the worst time for a car to break down. Like, what the heck? But this is where Nathan had a solution. He said, Ben, if I call a mechanic and the mechanic gets here before the cops get here, we might not get arrested.
Well, at least you'll be here when the police get here.
Yeah, the car's not smelling very good.
Why would we even break down here? That sucks.
And I was like, dude, let's do it. So we literally tell the mechanic, like, dude, get here as fast as you can. The cops are about to arrest us. Like, you gotta get here, mechanic.
We hired Nathan because we thought he'd be a good actor, because obviously you're the one going through McCamey Manor. So since you're the one going through, like, this is your show, you know? So because since like we're the owners of McCamey Manor now and you showed up to McCamey Manor, it's like obviously you're the one doing the show. So is this a good show at least?
And then a car pulls up. We're like, who is it? I thought it was the cops. When the car showed up, I was like, dude, we're getting arrested, Danny. Like, no way the mechanic got here before the cops. But then a mechanic steps out of the car.
Somebody call a mechanic?
Yeah. Dude, my car, when I turned it on, it just started smoking.
Mechanic!
Oh, the mechanic's here.
Wow, you got here fast.
I don't know what happened. Like, you smell it? The burning?
Might be the alternator.
And it's Jackson!
So the whole gang is here. Isn't that cute? This is good. You're all officially trespassing. Jackson, the whole group here.
Yeah, it turns out the whole thing was a plan. We weren't scared at all. I'm not, dude, cops can arrest me at any day. I'm CEO of McCamey Manor. You think I'm afraid of running my own business? That doesn't scare me. I can run my own business. That's not scary for me. Being a business owner, that's one of the least scary things I've ever done.
Car breaks down. The mechanic's here, so we did call a mechanic. The mechanic just showed up. Russ is our contestant that went through.
Our contestant's not giving up. We're trying everything. He's not giving up.
Our contestant is still in it, strong.
Yeah.
How's it going, Mr. Mechanic? What's the problem?
I can't tell what it is.
Can't tell what the problem is?
It could be the alternator, it could be a fuse blown.
Also, the car didn't really break down. We had a whole plan.
Oh, it's on.
Oh, fuck!
Throw it under.
Russ, my car isn't starting. My car isn't starting.
Oh.
That looks real.
A lot of you guys watching aren't really in the extreme haunted house community, but in the extreme haunted house community, this is what we call an immersive theatrical experience. It's called smoke and mirrors. So sometimes an actor, which we're all actors, if you look at the IRS paperwork, I hired us all as actors, and this is what we call smoke and mirrors. Sometimes you'll present a situation where it seems scarier than it actually is, you know? And so the car never broke down, Jackson's not a mechanic, Danny's not a stripper.
I could be though.
No, you're not. That's the actor you're playing.
Okay, I'm not a stripper.
Nathan's not a real contestant. This is what we call smoke and mirrors. It's all for the fun of the show, and that's what we're doing to Russ.
If you are done with your McKamey Manor experience, you can just eat one little bite of pizza, and then we will end the tour, if that makes sense. Until then, I guess you just want to continue, I guess is what you're saying? If that's what you're saying?
Well, since Ben's the owner of McKamey Manor now, and we're just waiting for the cops to arrive, Ben thought it was appropriate to continue the tour with Nathan.
Say stop. I didn't say stop, Nathan. I didn't say stop. Oh my God.
This is the haters, Alicia. The police are coming.
Start the water. Hey, you made it 2 seconds. That was 2 seconds.
Slippery.
That was 2 seconds. I don't want to hear it slippery. In the manor, it's going to be slippery too. How are you gonna make it when we get to the real manor?
Strong-willed.
Is this too hard for you? I'll give you the sissy tour if you want, but you gotta beg for the sissy tour.
Please, Ben.
Beg right now.
Please, Ben.
Beg harder. I'm not believing it. It sounds like you're Are you faking this?
No, please, Ben.
Are you faking this?
I want the sissy tour, Ben.
Are you faking? You don't sound like you want it.
I'm serious.
You don't sound like you want it.
I'm serious, Ben.
This is the sissy tour. You like the sissy tour? Hey, why'd you stop dancing?
Stop.
Keep going. Did I say stop? I didn't say stop, Nathan. I didn't say stop.
Who's this guy?
And then the actual cops show up.
Oh shoot, the cops are here. Oh no.
And it's pretty funny because I'm still in my Speedo.
Since I'm the owner of McKamey Manor, yeah, well, let him spill. I am, because I have the legal paperwork and I have proof.
Yeah, but the cops showing up, I mean, that's the thing is, the number one rule in show business, you know what the number one rule is, Danny?
What?
The show must go on. That's the number one rule in show business. And so sometimes you're right, we're gonna have obstacles, but the way you judge a good performer is not how well he performs, but how well he handles obstacles. And so we are gonna see how good of performers we are, and we're gonna see how well we handle these cops trying to arrest us.
Obviously, we're at McKamey Manor. I'm the legal owner. We're giving our contestant a show, which is this. It's all just a big game, if that makes sense. It's all like mind games and stuff. We've basically convinced him that a situation's going on that's not actually going on. And it says right here in the contract, actually, if you want to see this contract that he came up with, it says we are allowed to stay on here until he says the safe phrase, if that makes sense. So once he says the safe phrase, then it's all over, if that makes sense. And then the whole thing's over and we leave. The safe phrase was he takes one bite of pizza. And by him not doing that, what's your name? Ben. We've kind of been out here. We got a job Ubering and stuff.
I understand what you're saying. Owners. Just get out of here.
You're saying we have to go against contract. I'm just afraid of breaking contract because I don't want to get in trouble myself if we break contract. After this, I'm just afraid that in like 2 days, he's going to come back after us and say, hey, I didn't say the safe word. Why'd you stop? We were legally contracted. Now I'm going against contract and he can sue me now. Once he says the safe word, we'll just leave.
But they couldn't really say much because you had the legal paperwork.
I mean, we're the legal owners, so, I mean, it's looking pretty bad for us.
When we started this, I didn't think he was going to call the cops on us. I thought he was just going to eat the bite of pizza.
But I'm going to say it was good that Russ was getting scared because, I mean, that's the whole point of McKamey Manor. We're supposed to be scaring the person going through, but it's starting to be a little too real for Russ at this point. I mean, he's about to lose his haunted house.
They're trying to claim that McKamey Manor is theirs. Yeah, they're trying to take my business over, I guess. This is crazy, people. This is crazy. So they've got an LLC saying they own McKamey Manor. Yeah, that's insane.
He's like, they're trying to take over my business. Starting to get too real for Russ, but the reason that this is all legal, you might be thinking, how is this legal, Ben? Aren't you kidnapping Russ at this point? And no, we aren't. The reason this is legal is because there's one safe action that Russ can do.
He just has to take a bite of pizza. That's why it's showing his personality, how much his ego is to literally do the most simplest task that he can't even do. And it also shows like...
But he did it. He took a bite.
Dude, he did.
You know how been and Dancy. I like that Dancy. I have some pizza here. There it is.
The one that, again, they're always so obsessed about.
Pizza. So I'm looking at it right now. There it is. They're obsessed about pizza. Oh, here we go. There. That's so
there's our pizza.
Yeah, he took the bite of pizza.
He did take the bite of pizza.
On his live stream. He ended the experience.
Dude, I would count that. I would count that.
I mean, it's on his live stream, dude.
Yeah, and he's literally saying our names.
He said, hey, Ben and Danny, here's some pizza. He took a bite. I mean, yeah, he did a safe action. Haunted house experience is over, so.
But how do we get this hard drive?
Well, that's a long story. I made a deal with a guy that said if I could get Russ to eat pizza, he wouldn't be afraid of Russ's blackmail anymore. It's a long story. I can explain it quick. I guess the cliff notes is I told an anonymous dude on the internet who had some of this footage, I was like, yo, if I can get Russ to eat pizza, you shouldn't be afraid of his blackmail anymore. This guy's like, Ben, you're crazy. How is that possible? I'm like, yo, dude, because if eating pizza with us is the one thing Russ will never do, he always makes other people eat pizza as a sign of submissiveness to him after he gets done torturing them. So I was like, if we can get Russ to eat pizza after we get done torturing him, that would completely turn the tables. And by turning the tables, now Russ is the submissive one, following us as the dominant one. If he's the submissive one, no submissive person's gonna be blackmailing you. So like, oh, if we can prove to you that Russ is the submissive one in the situation, not the dominant one, then he's not gonna blackmail you because submissive people don't blackmail people. That's stupid.
And we ended up tricking him in his own game.
Yeah, so now we turned the tables on Russ. Russ is now the submissive one. No one's ever gonna be blackmailed again by Russ, and now we get the footage.
It's such a perfect plan. And it's crazy because like a week later, we got something in the mail, dude.
It's not something to take lightly. The stuff that is on there is not okay. It's 2 terabytes of shit that should put somebody on fucking death row if it was up to me. Anything that's gonna get that guy shackled and chained is on that hard drive.
Yeah, and this is where it gets kind of serious now. I know this whole thing's been like fun and games and stuff, but it actually does get serious at this point. And I don't want to say that like, oh, it's all been like fun and games and comedy and stuff. And that's all for like a serious reason also, because it's like, we want people to laugh at Russ. That's part of the process of getting Russ to be the submissive one is if you're laughing at him, then you don't take him seriously. And if you don't take him seriously, then it's harder for him to blackmail you, you know? Because like, how is someone going to blackmail you if you don't take him seriously? So that's the reason of all the comedy. But at the end of the day, this is a very serious topic, and we are actually trying to help victims out there.
Yeah, because this hard drive, I mean, I remember comments on your video, people didn't even believe that you had it, even though you showed like a quick bit of it.
Yeah, I mean, people can believe it or not. It makes it a better clip. If you don't believe it, then that's better. It's going to add some more controversy and more mystery, but we definitely do have it.
There's a documentary that came out about McKamey Manor from Hulu, and Hulu was even trying to get a hold of this hard drive, and 2 YouTubers got a hold of it, and we're going to do it the right way. We don't want any more victims going through McKamey Manor. We want to get justice for the victims, but also this is a very touchy subject, and we need to do it the right way, Ben.
I will say this. A lot of you guys might be watching this video, and you guys might be like, oh, this Reckless Ben guy's crazy. Like, he's saying stupid stuff. He's just a jokester, and they're not taking this seriously, but that's the exact opposite. There's a reason for all this comedy. Like I said before, we're trying to make Russ look like the submissive one. That way no one takes his blackmail seriously, and victims are more willing to speak out. So every time there's a joke, every time that there's like something funny happening, there's actually like a real reason behind it. And we are working our hardest to make sure that like all the victims get help, and we are taking this super seriously.
I mean, I'm dedicating my whole life to this series. I'm so passionate about it, and all I want is victims to have justice and no more victims going through McKamey Manor. If you guys don't believe us that we have this hard drive, I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger. The guy we interviewed getting dragged by the car, he gave us full permission that we're allowed to post his tour. And here's a snippet.
God fucking damn it, my knee.
And back and forth.
Like I said, it's not a laughing matter.
I think comedy is one of our biggest tools in taking down Russ. So I think it is a laughing matter, but you have to laugh the correct way.
I know, but just watching that just like breaks my heart. But if you guys want to see the full video of it and how we're going to take down Russ and just like, I mean, I think the next episode is the end game for McKamey Manor. What would you say?
I mean, we have a lot of work to do before we say that. I mean, the next episode could be the end of McKamey Manor, but we have a lot of work to do before we can make that claim.
But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to Reckless Ben to see his version of the series as well. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Yeah.
Later. Peace.
Danny, we should say this one secret about the hard drive, which is that...
You a fool's gold. Yes, I did.
Unless you're an idiot like Ben or Danny or Jackson, those guys weren't real. They were fakers trying to cause trouble.